those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart?
Yes, indeed. Open up your heart right here on VCMG on the Oldie Station, and we're answering your questions at 866-972-7247 all across the nation. And tonight we're asking a really big question. The big question is this: what would God do? There's a song that says, "What if God were one of us? Just a stranger on the bus, trying to find his way home." So when we ask ourselves this question, what would God do? The answer is not usually what we think of with our mind. It is an answer that is discovered in the inner being of ourself, in the soul self, in the essence of who you are. We can find all the answers that we need. There are times when we are faced with conflict with people, and we want to handle it the right way, and sometimes we're just gosh darn mad. And how do you express that you're upset and still keep a friend or not upset a family member? And sometimes, even though you're upset, it is best to not say something. And I know we're in a period of humanity where we all want to express ourselves, and a lot of people have been doing a lot of work, and they want to talk. They want to share what their feelings are. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. And that's all fabulous. But there is a time and a place for every conversation. And every conversation does not need to happen when you're upset. Sometimes we need to let it settle in. We need to understand our place in the conversation and how we participated in whatever got misaligned. So we have to set back and ask ourselves this question: what would God want me to do? How would God want me to handle this? So many times I sit across from people and they talk about how they wanted to help someone and they helped them, and then it blew up in their face. They did something nice, and next thing you know, they're being talked about, that they're not a good person. They may have helped someone, and now there's just problems at the job. I've seen people get a friend or someone they know a job at a workplace, and next thing you know, that same person they brought in is causing trouble for them at the workplace and making that individual who did them a kind favor look like the bad guy or incompetent or actually coming for their job. I've heard so many stories, and it's always interesting because people say to me, "But Sarah, I just wanted to help." Now here I sit every day wanting to help people, so I get it. But what would God do? God would take a step back and go into the divine storyline and ask this very question: why is the person where they are? Why don't they have work? Why are they in a struggle? Why do you need to help them? And do you really need to help them? Is it your place to help them? Sometimes we put our nose where it's none of our business. And people say, "But Sarah, I'm a friend. I have to help them." Not always. Not always, because people are where they are because they have things to learn and they have a lesson to experience and they need to grow through the situation, and they have to experience what God has for them. And there are many people in our circles, and this may hit a nerve with some of you, but there are many people in our circles that, well, quite frankly, they act like your friend, but are they really your friend? Will they show up for you? Are they really happy for you when you're happy and things are going great? Or are they one of those fair weather friends when they're benefiting and misery is enjoying company when you're not doing well, and they kind of feel that you're equal? You see, sometimes people in our circle, as we are climbing the ladder of our spiritual elevation, our financial success, our emotional growth, they become a little, we'll use the word envious. They feel like they're getting left behind. They become a little spiteful, resentful, agitated, that they can't be you. And so sometimes, whether it's a conscious thought or a subconscious energetic pull, they want to be in your shoes and they want to know who you are. And they kind of want your energy. And so they say, oh yes, get me a job in your workplace. I would love that. 7 to 8 times out of 10, that choice to help your friend in that situation blows up in your face. You being the person introducing them shifts the whole energy of the blessing that God has for you. I see so many of you giving your blessings away, all because you didn't sit with God and ask with the spirit of discernment, and I'll talk about what discernment is in a minute. The spirit of discernment, and really dig down deep and say, is it really my place to put my business here? So what is the spirit of discernment? It is the ability to sit and be still and identify from a spiritual perspective what the true storyline is, and to discern, to see and understand what is the very next step you should make. And often the next step is be still, but we as humans, we just got to go, go, go. We've got to make something happen. We want to help our friends. We want to help our family. We have a blessing and we want to share it with everyone. But God has blessings for everyone. And everyone has the same opportunity to have all the blessings you have and more. And the only reason why you might not have more is because you don't believe it's possible. Because that's how the universe works. The universe works in a way that transforms our energy, gives us an opportunity to have anything. But because we don't sit and be still and we take it upon ourselves, our personality, well, I want to prove I'm a good friend. I want them to like me. I want to do the right thing. And, there's a part of us that maybe wants the pat on the back or the thank you, or for our other friends to say, wow, how nice of you. You helped them get a job. Underneath the surface, we all have some agendas. And subconsciously, there are some hidden agendas. And what are those hidden agendas? Often it's our insecurities, trying to overcompensate in some way. It's our need to please. It's our way to be seen and recognized and have people notice us. And yes, there's a matter of heart in it. I'm not saying that we all do things for an agenda. But underneath the surface, you have to discern what is compelling me, asking me to get this idea to help this person. Now, yes, if someone wants a plate of food, a sandwich, I'm not telling you to not give it to them. But so many times we invite people into our homes. Now, I used to never think about this. I always thought that having company in my home was a great thing, and it is. But do you know how many stories I've heard of people who had a guest come in their house, and you could almost see in their face how they kind of looked around, took it all in, and you could almost see the energy of negativity or jealousy, or almost as if they want to be you and have what you have. And then they begin to coattail ride on the experience. And I've had people share with me, I no sooner brought so-and-so in my house, and sometimes it's not a person they're even close to, but yet they'll say, oh, you need a place to stay? Come live in my house for a while. And then everything goes upside down for that person with their brand new house and their new blessing. Why is that? You see, God will always show us the right thing to do. God will always give us what we need. And God is a kind, benevolent being. And God will say, turn the other cheek. But God does not want us to be the fool either. You have to see where people are. There's a line in the Bible that says, "Lay not thy hand suddenly, lest thou partake of thy neighbor's sin." So what does that mean? Well, I learned firsthand when I realized I could heal and I was laying hands on people. I would kind of put my hands on their knee and their knee would be better, and just kind of felt all this energy flowing through me. It was a really great feeling. And I figured, wow, I can help this person. Let me help them. And I was doing it in the kindness of my heart, in the enthusiasm of, wow, look what I can do. Isn't this so fabulous? Not look at me, but just, wow, God has really blessed me. And there's this force of energy, this power that's flowing through me. And so I would do that. And one day my spiritual teacher said to me, I felt the energy shift around you. So who did you heal today? I was like, well, how do you know that? He said, I felt the energy. He said, your energy is flowing in the circle of the energy that I am using to connect to you as I teach you how to use your energy. And I felt it. And he told me, he said, it's not your place. Because if God wanted that person healed, God would have healed the person. And you took it upon yourself to step in without sitting and being still and asking, is this where I should go? Is this what I should do? We do this in major life choices. We say, I don't want this job anymore. I don't like it. I don't like the people here. And we just poof, we quit. We get another job only to find the same problems, if not worse, in the new place. And then we get laid off and something happens. And we ask why? Because you didn't check with God. You didn't sit and be still and say, is now the time. I understand frustration. I've been there. We've all been there. And when we feel frustrated, we want to fix it. We want it now. And the universe has you now in this energy. But it takes time to materialize in the physical. And the more you are resistant to changes and the more that you want to control the story, the narrative, the more difficult it is for the universe to actually produce what's the perfect option for you. I've seen people move to a new town, a new place, only to come back and then move again and then make another change because they weren't meant to leave where they are yet. It wasn't time. But they just had a feeling that they needed to go. And they were emotional and they reacted. I've seen people end relationships because they are being overreactive and emotional and they're not asking what their part is in the relationship. And yes, as elevated beings, we are all doing our work and we are all making a difference in our own lives. And so many people are digging down deep. When I started the show 15 years ago, we didn't have as many people who were quite ready for this spiritual evolution. But now, these past few years, people are on board and they're doing the work. And they're realizing that they have to modify things within themselves, come to terms with themselves, heal their wounds, forgive other people, forgive themselves. There's so many opportunities that we all have. But we rush into things. Fools rush in where the brave do not go. We just rush in. We do things. When we are connected to the divine and we're asking, what would God say? What would God do? How do I see this through God's vision? When we ask that question, the answer will come. And when the answer comes, it has to come with a very peaceful feeling. A very calm, set feeling inside that makes you feel as if, wow, I'm in alignment. This this is right. It has a bubbling up of enthusiasm, excitement, and sometimes the best opportunities even bring up like a little bit of fear. Because we know we really want it and we have to break some patterns. But all of that is normal. It's normal to be nervous before you do something that you really want. Right? Even some of the best performers, famous people, will tell you before they go on stage or before they go on the set, they're really nervous. And you would think after all these years of being a professional performer, why would they be nervous? It's just their processing. It's how they're wired to prepare themselves. And it's the being inside of them that wants to do a great job. Why do you think when a team wins a game, there'll be so many people who will say in their speeches, I first want to thank God. They want to thank God because they know that it was the right thing at the right time and it fell into place and they did the work, the physical work. They trained as a team. They did the disciplinary things necessary to maintain a good, strong body. They studied the plays. They were in their mindset. They did it all. But one weird fumble or one bizarre pass or one miss of the hoop and it's over. So there's got to be a little magic in there. It's not always all skill. There are people in this world that have this magic about them. Things just fall into place for them. And they know it. Because they know the universe is here to help them. There's nothing in the divine presence and the divine hierarchy, the angels, the guides, God, that's ever against you. It is about stepping forward and waiting for that small voice inside that's mighty and powerful to say, go now. Or speak your peace, but speak it with love and energy of compassion, but tell your truth. Or let it go. Now's not the time. It's that space inside that fills with love that lets you know you're doing and being exactly as God would have you be. There is a divine plan. It's not all up to us. There's a prompting that happens to get us from point A to point B. But how the storyline goes, how uncomfortable it can be, or how blessed and carefree and free it could be, even with the twists and turns that life may bring. Just a sense of knowing you'll always be okay no matter what happens. It is that feeling that we seek. And that feeling that gives us the sense of there is a free will of sorts. But you're still going to end up exactly where God has planned for you. You want to take the easy road? Or do you want to take the difficult road? It's totally up to you. It's up to you how you navigate this path. And how much you perhaps put yourself in a bit of a risky situation. Sometimes we're driven by greed or we want more. And we become risky. This week I've had a conversation with several people that you can't chase money. When you chase money, money runs. Money is a flow of energy that comes and you're the magnet. Sometimes we chase money. We know people will gamble or be in the stock market and they're like, okay, I'm going to put it all on this stock and I'm going to take out an option and I just know it's going to happen by this date. But we've got to be careful, right? Is that what God's asking us to do? Or is that just what we think we're supposed to do? Is it the blessed stock maneuver? Or is it the human, I'm going to see if I can force my hand? And you'll get lucky many times. But you also have the time to miss out on opportunities and have a loss. We've got to ask ourselves, what's motivating me? Is it something divine? Is it what God would guide me to do? Or is it an insecurity or a fear of there won't be enough, I don't have enough, and I've got to fix the problem? Is it a disappointment or an imbalance, and we're going to run from it by making an irrational move or quitting our job or leaving a marriage. Even if it's not the best marriage, we still need to have God's hand say, go now. Because if you go when God says, everything falls into place. You won't be in that wobble of, now I've got to figure out how I'm going to do it on my own and how things are going to work. No, God says, go now, you go. And how do you hear that voice of God? How do you know what God wants you to do? You sit and you be still. Now, many of you will say, I don't know how to meditate. I'm not asking you to meditate. I'm asking you to have a conversation with the universe and let the universe fill you with peace and energy and a sense of knowing. And when that sense of knowing comes over you, you do what the feeling prompts you to do. You do what the essence asks of you. And you create your own perfect place in the energy of who you've come to be and the being that is always connected to the divine. Well, here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, we are always connected to the divine, and we're going to be getting answers for you. I'm going to just reach up and pull it right down from the universe, and we're answering your questions, your burning questions about life, love, happiness, career, money, health. We're going to go right through all the topics, and we're going to get a sense of what would God want you to do and how you can align with that feeling. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to answer questions at 866-972-7247. We have our friends on Facebook. We're Say Hey Hey Facebook. And our friends on YouTube at Sarah Spiritual. You can watch the show as it streams live on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're listening to us on the oldies station, don't hang up. Don't step away. Don't change that dial. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Where to go? The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be. 'Cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have...
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Car Accident Referral Services Studios. In an accident, why let the lawyers take 33 to 40%? With cars, their network of attorneys will take only 25%. 833-504-CARS. That's 833-504-2277. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now.
Yes, indeed. The world, it's changing now, and it's asking us to move along, to go to a different way of being. And we've had a lot of changes in the past few years. And perhaps there'll be more changes. But you want to make the changes based on what makes you feel good and what's guiding you, what's driving you, what's helping you. Well, we're broadcasting to you live here on the Oldie Station at 95.3, 95.9, 96.9, 106.9, 103.1 HD3, and live in Miami and WSFS on 104.3. We're so glad to be talking to all of you, and we're glad to make the connections. Many of you listen to the Oldie Station. I love meeting you at my Expedito Enlightenment Center. I'm located in West Palm Beach, and it's such a joy when people come into the center and they do a little shopping and they see all the fabulous books and crystals and oils and bracelets and incense and fairies and statues and all the cool spiritual manifesting items that we have. When you see all those fabulous items, and then I happen to come out of a reading room and they're like, "Hey, Sarah Spiritual, I listen to you on the radio." I love hearing that, and I love knowing that you listen. And what I especially love is when you share me with a friend. Share me with a friend for a personal session. Share me with a friend when you say you should listen to the show and call into the station. You know what? I really appreciate when you go to my YouTube page at Sarah Spiritual and you follow the page. This way you don't miss anything. We've been talking about getting back to doing some of the other things we used to do live on Facebook and YouTube, and we're working on doing that behind the scenes. We got ourselves some new equipment quite a few months ago, and we're just itching to use it. So we sure would love to see you and not have you miss some of the other things that we're looking forward to doing. And we also have special events at the center. We have a whole team of people who are assisting me now. We've got Helena Suba. She's doing astrology sessions at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. And we're going to be bringing her back for some more sessions and availability. And we have Sharon Young. Sharon is going to be doing tuning forks and Reiki healing. And we're planning on having her back on the 17th and the 18th of this month. So if you're looking to get your energy balanced and your chakras aligned, you want to have an appointment with Sharon. If you're looking to kind of figure out what's going on in your planets and maybe what's going on in your love life and how the stars and planets are matching up between you and the person that you love or you're interested in, you're going to want to check with Helena. So we've got some great things popping up at the center, and we're starting to count up the energy to our 15-year celebration, which is going to be at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, and we're planning, well, to make it a big bash, and I want you there. So we'll be putting out those announcements soon, so you be sure to follow Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, on YouTube. Be sure to go to sarahspiritual.com. There's a button that says subscribe to our newsletter. You don't want to miss it because you want to know what's happening. I mean, come on. We've got a party to have, and we want you there. Well, we've got our callers on the phone lines at 866-972-7247, and we're answering questions tonight. Our Facebook friends, I hope you're putting all your questions and your thoughts and feelings out on the Facebook page and in the YouTube comments as well. We want to hear from you. So we're going to go to our phone lines, and I'm feeling the energy tonight, and I got a feeling that we've got a lot to talk about. But for this minute, I've got to go to Raquel. Raquel is in Missouri. Raquel, how are you tonight?
Oh, hi, Sarah. I'm doing great.
Good to have you joining us. And you're enjoying Missouri?
Well, so far, but things just changed. And right now, just wanted to see what Spirit has to say about my separation from my employer and my severance package, which we are working.
Okay.
on right now this week.
Well, you moved there for that opportunity. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. But we've come to like it and we open to stay there?
I mean, the place is fine, but the opportunity is not what it was originally, how it was presented.
No, I mean you're
So
open
we're
to
just
stay.
supporting with.
You're open to stay in the area, right? For a new opportunity?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what I see. I feel that this year is really an important year to really clarify what it is you want to the universe and make the change. I do feel that you can, especially since you uprooted yourself and came for the opportunity, I feel really strongly that you can get a reasonable, is the word Spirit gives me, a reasonable severance package and make the arrangements. Because I also feel a move. Do you have to move as well?
Well, it's my choice. I will come to Florida for a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and just to stay with family, and
Great.
from there I'll just see what new opportunities are coming.
Perfect. So I do see a move. I do see a change. I do feel that this is a good opportunity for you to start fresh. I feel as if the opportunity that you're now parting away from in this moment is and was an opportunity of growth for you. It got you out of your routine. It got you out of the gerbil wheel of what you were experiencing. It took you out of South Florida, gave you a new perspective, recalibrated your energy, and now you're ready. And I do feel that as we take you into the month of July, I feel like we have a new plan, we have a new opportunity, things are lining up for you. It may sound far away, but when we look at it, everyone, I hope you're all noticing, week 1 of May is off the list. Check it off. We're done. So before you know it, honey, it'll be July and you'll have an opportunity to have something new, exciting, and a new idea of where you want to live. May not be here in South Florida. Just be open for all the opportunities that are out there. I regret that you had to go through this, but it is a growth spurt for you. And I know that there will be greater opportunities that will come. And when I fast forward you, and I've got to jump right into 2025, chimney crickets, I can't believe we're talking about 2025, but here we go. I will tell you, Raquel, that is meant to be like a whole new vibe of a time for you. You're going to find yourself feeling invigorated, inspired, refreshed, just really ready for what life has to give you. So be open for all these possibilities because they're coming and they're going to come easily and quickly for you. So trust the process. I hope we've been of service to you tonight, Raquel.
Always, Sarah.
Thank you.
I always follow you. I'm always listening to your shows, and I'm always learning. So thank you.
You're welcome. And when you come back to visit us in Florida and or stay, you be sure to pop into the center and visit me. I can't wait to see you again.
I will. Thank you, Sarah.
You're
I'll
welcome.
see you soon.
You'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Okay, bye-bye.
866-972-7247. Sometimes life has to send us on an adventure. And where that adventure takes us, well, God only knows. And God does have a plan. And God sometimes has to reset us and get us out of some of the things that are weighing us down. Do you have something weighing you down? Is there something that is making you feel lethargic and not enthusiastic and excited about life? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Well, sit back down and have a conversation with the divine and say, what would God want me to do? And don't worry about how it's going to happen. If you get a feeling that God wants me to do this, then don't let your crazy little mind start to say, but how is that going to happen? How could it happen? I don't have the money to do that. I couldn't take that chance. If I do that, then this could happen. And oh my goodness, we go through so many little crazy holes of fear and doubt and uncertainty, the universe is never going to let you fall. As long as you tune in and check in with the divine, any bump in the road is already accounted for, and you're going to be ready to handle it. 866-972-7247. I've got to go to Jennifer. Jennifer, she's in Miami. And Jennifer, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good, Sarah. How are you?
I am doing wonderfully, Jennifer. Good to make this connection with you. And Jennifer, is this your first time calling us?
This is definitely my first time, yes.
Well, fabulous. How did you hear about the show?
A friend recommended me. I've been having a couple rough weeks lately, so a really good friend of mine told me about you, and I was hesitant at first, but then it was kind of like a calling, so I just dialed in and I got connected, and
here we are.
That's
right.
Speaking with you.
Perfect. Well, when I first heard your voice, I just have to say, you know, this is a year of drawing your boundaries and just really kind of line in the sand and saying, this is what I want. And I started to hear this song in my head, and I haven't heard this song in a really long time. I am woman, hear me roaring, numbers too big to ignore. I want you to remember how powerful you are. And when you're feeling pushed in a corner and boxed in and stuck and stagnant, as the energy's feeling, you're feeling a sense of angst and uncomfortability and kind of feeling like you're boxed in, then we need to take a step back and remember who you are. And remember how far you've come. And remember that you're very intuitive and you already kind of know what's going to happen. You just got caught off guard in a particular situation, and now it's kind of got your head reeling and spinning. But this too is going to pass. And when I look at conversations around you, I feel like there's been a lot of wires that have been crossed. I feel as if there's an angst, a misunderstanding. There's something that is brewed around you, and it's really not letting you feel comfortable. This makes sense to you, yes?
Absolutely, 100%.
All right. What is the question around this? Well, it looks like a mini-series drama, honey, like it's a novella. I mean, really. So what is the question for me?
My question is, what does my spirit look like as far as my work? Right now, I'm going through a little difficult situation at work, and also
with a person.
My love life. I just have been bouncing back and forth, and you know, my relationship unfortunately has taken a really huge hit, and work also.
We're going to pause you.
It's getting.
All right, pause. Let me get spirits talking. I hear voices. We got to go. And let me tell you this: work. There's someone who's not happy that you are doing what you're doing the way you're doing it. And I really feel like someone's stirring the pot and causing a problem. And it's almost like you're feeling like you've been targeted in some way. Is that also true?
That is true, yes.
And so that person is really trying to get you to throw the towel in and to give up. You're not giving up. And you're going to navigate this situation. And I feel like you were meant to, you're supposed to move up, get an advancement, something, and someone's got like a cap and they're holding you down. Does that make sense to you as well?
Absolutely, 100%.
100%. And my guides tell me, don't worry. Don't worry. This too is going to pass. And we're going to suggest, and do know that this is being recorded and it's on YouTube and Facebook. So when I say what I'm about to say, you can go back and listen. It is the 7:20 in the call, so you can take a look at the time on the stamp of the show and come back to this moment in time when I say to you, you need to pray from the book of Psalms, Psalm 32, Psalm 34, Psalm 27, Psalm 14, Psalm 28, and 23 to kind of recalibrate the energy around you and the people who are kind of trying to make you feel like you're not doing the right thing and you don't fit in. This is also going to be advantageous in a relationship situation as well. So these prayers are going to help you in both areas. But now my guides say, let's go to her love life, Sarah Spiritual, because that's looking a little cloudy. And when people are showing you that they are who they are, you have to take a step back and say, how am I losing myself in this person? You have lost yourself in this relationship, What is the person's birthday? I don't need their name, just their birthday.
December 28th.
Hmm.
Do you need the year as well?
No, I'm good. Captain Complicated. Complicated, complicated, complicated. So this relationship is not fulfilling enough for you. It's not consistent enough for you. It's really not giving you the love languages and expression that you seek in a relationship. You're not really being valued and seen for who you are in the relationship. Is that true?
That is on point.
All right. So remember I said you are strong. Right? This is the time where you have to draw the line in the sand and say, it's okay for me to come first. Because it is not for lack of trying. It is not for lack of communication on your part. The person that we speak of in this relationship is very stuck in their ways. They're kind of sort of self-absorbed, and they don't know how to really hear you and put your needs first, and they run hot and cold. So when they're hot and things are good, you're like, okay, we're on the right track. And then when all of a sudden it goes weird again, you're like, oh no, there's that feeling again. So the only person who can handle what you do next is you. So you have to make a choice that your feelings, how you want to feel and experience love and relationship, have to come first. It is not selfish. It is necessary for you to reach the pinnacle of success and the destiny and blessings that the universe has for you.
Absolutely.
So when I look at this relationship and I look at where they are, first of all, 2022 into 2023, they went through some changes. It was a difficult time for them. When I take them into this 2024, they should be getting their act together and be more invested in relationship and love, and they're not picking that path. But this is the year that they are supposed to be in this energy of love, and they're not choosing that. And I feel as if this is the final thing Spirit will say on this. And they said to me, there's a bit of an illusion. So I get the sense that sometimes you're not sure if they're being forthcoming with you, transparent with you. You're feeling like you're missing something. Something isn't adding up. You're just not sure. Am I making sense?
A complete sense, yes.
All right. So I'm going to remind you of what Spirit said in the beginning. And we said to you, did we not say that you have your own intuition?
Yeah.
So why are we going against our intuition? That is your God gift. You know what you know.
Absolutely.
You feel what you feel. Honor yourself. Focus on recalibrating your energy for work. I do believe that there is a person there at work. Something's going to change in the organization enough so that they can get out of your way because others recognize your talent. So we will let that play out. And if you still are in this place of uncomfortability and things aren't changing, that's why we're going to pray. We are going to say to you then, coming into the fall, you'll make a decision whether you stay or you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It is a pleasure connecting with you, and we welcome you to the show. I hope you're glad that you followed your prompting.
Oh, 100%. Thank you so much for your words. It was amazing.
Thank you, and do thank your friend for the referral. I greatly appreciate it. Bye for now.
Thank you so much.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Didn't I say that's my favorite kind of experience, when you told a friend and he told a friend and she told a friend, and holy Christmas, we're like a Fabergé commercial. Well, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go right back to the phone lines at 866-972-7247. You stay with us. Hang on. We're going to be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call?
Have you heard me? Do you know me? Have you heard my voice? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we are so glad to be connecting with all of you. And we're going to visit our friends on Facebook and YouTube in just a minute. So please put your questions and your comments there. It's going to be time to talk to all of you. But for this minute, I've got to go a little bit outside the South Florida boundaries. Matter of fact, we're leaving the U.S. for this call. I've got to go to Australia. And I've got Terry Ann. Terry Ann, how are you doing?
Good morning. How are you, Sarah?
Good morning. Good to talk
I'm well,
to you.
thank you.
Good to make this connection with you
Lovely
again.
to speak to you again.
Yes,
Yeah.
winds of change upon you. You are trying to close out the chapters of the old things, and you just don't know which way to go to get her
absolutely.
done. Yes, indeed. We've got to get it done. Yes.
It's just been very challenging, but I have got my own direction now, and I feel that I'm on the right track. And I'm just a little bit taken back with my mother's behaviour and
Yes.
her accusations. And yeah, you did warn me.
Yes. I feel that there's so many stories going on that it's creating so much confusion, and people, they don't really know what to
I'm very
believe and
confused.
who to believe, and there's just so much
Yeah.
smoke and mirrors with some of the stories. And speak of like a murder mystery novel, that's what's surrounding you right now. And people are just turning the page,
Yeah.
wondering who done did it and who's telling the truth and where do we go from here. And it's just a very overwhelming experience for you. And when I look at where we are, I really feel, Terry, that we do clean this all up by the end of the year. I know it's been a long battle. My guides take me back 2 years, so it's been like a rough 2 years, my guides tell me. But they make me feel that as we come out of this 2024, we're kind of putting our life back together, and some of these crazy stories, they've gone away. We don't have them. They are not.
It'll be great.
Yes, they are not the overriding factor that robs you of your joy, robs you of your freedom, robs you of your healing, and does not allow you to have a rest. My guides tell me you sleep with one eye open.
Yeah, that's right. You do.
That's not a good way to sleep, honey. Right? So you're waiting for the next shoe drop to drop. Yes. And I'm also seeing something about work. Did we make a change in work, or is there an aspect of work that's changing right now, please?
I'm sort of trying to change jobs at the moment, and I'm just applying for other positions. Just closer to where I'm hoping to get the unit today. And therefore it's right away from everyone.
Right. So I do see work change. So I do feel that your actions that you're taking are going to help you. So just keep looking.
Wonderful.
I see new work coming for you. I feel like it's going to be easier. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So Sarah, with Mum, like with what she's done, and I've been caring for Dad, her and my brother, but she had a major operation, and like I was reluctant to act on anything because of her behaviour and her lies, and she's like manipulated the whole situation, and she's told lots of lies, but she's also stopped. My dad's gone into a nursing home now because he's got dementia, and she's actually stopped my brother and I for having any communication, and even being notified when he's in hospital and things like that. We just have to follow our intuition, and it's very hard. It's very hard, and I with the lies that she's told, she's actually slapped me with a domestic violence order, and I said to the magistrate last week that I was happy to take it to trial because she's lied so much.
Yes.
Do you have any insight on that, or does Nan and Pop have any insight on that?
Yes. So I will share this with you. Your mom's not well, and I feel like she's on her start of her cognitive function declining, and I also feel that she has imbalance in her chemistry. I'm not a doctor, I cannot diagnose, but there seems to be a little almost like dual personality acting, a little bipolar type action going on, and I don't know if it's a result of, again, because I can't give any medical advice, but the way Spirit presents it to me, it's almost as if it's like all tied into how she's aging. And your mom is she's really been influenced by a lot of the stories that were happening before that tried to paint you as the bad guy. And she's really trying to create this storyline that, you are, it's almost like she has to protect herself because it's almost elder abuse. And so you have to protect yourself. Elder abuse, meaning that she's elderly and you're taking advantage of her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because she hasn't said a word about all the abuse, that I've sat back and taken, and where she's told me, I won't repeat it on air, but she's, told me I'm nothing, I'll always be nothing, and just abusive, and even to the day that Dad was going into the nursing home.
Right.
I'd actually blocked her on my phone because I just had enough of her, but she never told me till 3:30 that morning, and then she demanded that I take him, and I was on the phone because she tried to put Dad into the government care to stop my brother and I caring for him furthermore, and she's just so deceitful with everything she's doing, and she was telling me I'm blah 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 in the head and all this sort of stuff, and I took it because I knew she was unwell.
Yes.
But I'm in this situation now where she's just been so untruthful with everything.
Correct. And you have documentation.
I just don't think she's well enough to look after Peter either.
And you have the documentation, honey. And so you will make it known, and you will document everything and share it with the magistrate, and things will get rectified. I feel like this magistrate connection, this meeting, is this about 30 days, within the next 30 days, please?
Yes. Yes. I've got to have all the affidavits done by within 3 more weeks.
Okay, perfect. So in these next 30 days, we'll have everything taken care of, and then we will get our day before the magistrate, and all will come together. We know it's a difficult time for you, but I will tell you that, thank goodness, 2024 is a year that a lot of madness is going to end, and they even closed back the madness that began in 2017 all the way to now. So when we look back at that look-back period of about 7 years, my guides tell me that we're finally going to clean up the mess that has been surrounding you, and you can get to your own peace of mind, your own health and healing, and your own ability to make connections to the divine.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, Terry, we appreciate you. Yes.
Is there a message from my Nan and Pop?
Your Nan and your Pop have been with you through this experience, and
I felt that.
I feel like there's two things. Nan is opening up a book. Is there like a family album or a family book that she left with you? Do you have like a book of hers, please?
Oh gosh, no, not that I can recall. Not a book. Only my Bible.
Was it her Bible?
No, I got it from my first confirmation.
From your first confirmation. She's showing me a book. It looks like a book that has information about the family. It's not quite a photo album. It could be a family tree, but there's something that she left behind. Yes. Is this true, please?
Yes, there is a family book, yes.
Okay, thank you.
I don't actually have it anymore, but yes, that's right.
Okay, so I'm so glad the universe knows this stuff, because we left it to us. We wouldn't know what was going on. But so, they're showing me this family book, this family tree book, and, just remember your lineage. Remember who you are is what she wants you to know. And then I feel like there's a necklace of hers that you have, but I feel like there was something that you were supposed to get that your mom didn't give you. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, that would sound about right, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but she wants you to know she's with you. She's giving us evidence that she's with you, and I want you to know that she's surrounding you. Pop is there, but Pop is, he's not popping with much conversation. He's just popping over there, just hanging out, okay? Nana is the one giving me the conversation right now. Well, we appreciate your calling, and we love that you follow us on the other side of the world, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your story with us. We are all holding support with you.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
My pleasure. My pleasure. God bless you. We know it'll work out. All right. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye for now.
866-972-7247. And you know what? From Australia, I just got to go to Texas. I got to go to Jana. Jana's deep in the heart of Texas. Jana, how you doing? Hey, Jana, are you with us? We have Jana from Texas. Is she there? Well, we might want to give her a minute to see if we can get her off mute. All right, we're going to give Jana a minute. We're going to pop on to see our friends on Facebook and YouTube, see what conversation they have. We'll just put Jana and see if Jana pops back up. We'll see if we can get her. But we're going to keep moving here because we've got a lot of calls. We've got a lot of questions. We got a lot to do. And I got to check with my friends on Facebook. I got to check with my friends on Sarah Spiritual YouTube. What do we have? Let's see. Who do we have on our YouTube page, our Facebook page? What do we have? Okay. We have Gigi, it looks like. Sarah, just wondering if my spirit team has any updates for me since my cleanse this week. So Gigi, so we'll see here, Gigi. Let me take a look at the birthday and tune into the energy. First thing they talk to me about doors opening, changes coming for you, movement forward. Spirit team brings in Archangel Michael for you. Spirit team brings in Archangel Raphael for healing for you. And they bring in, this is my favorite part of the story here, honey, they are bringing in a bag of money. So there's abundance that's coming for you. So it feels like things are going to open up and clear for you. So we want to take a good look at how the finances play out. We also want to take a good look at how the doors open of opportunities. And remember, if God opens the door and you feel that you want to walk through it, walk through. But remember, don't look behind to see who is or isn't following you. If they're not there on the other side of the door, then we've got to keep it moving. We appreciate your following up with us, and we look forward to seeing you again, Gigi. Thank you. Let's take another question from YouTube or from Facebook. Before we go back to our phone line, we're going to try to see if we can get Jana on the line, but I want to see what we've got on our Facebook and our YouTube page. We've got our Facebook friend, Stephanie Pappas. Does Spirit see my path as far as relocation, moving goes? Do you know if this will happen soon? Is there anything I should look out for? Stephanie Pappas, my spirit guides tell me to tell you duck, honey, because there's a lot going on and there's a lot coming. And you need to really be sure what you want and why you're moving and what is propelling you to move. Don't move because you're feeling out of sorts or fearful. Move because you feel like you're going to have a strong foundation where you go and you're going to be supported, and that other things will fall into place like work-life balance, care for children. These are all the important elements that have got to be in place. And also, is there going to be any resistance with you making a move? I feel like there are people in your circle who may not want you to move too far, so don't get too far away in your planning until you know that you're going to be able to make the move. I'd not like it to blow up in your face towards the end of it all. So stay still for right now. I do feel that you can move, but now is not the time, Stephanie Pappas. We've got to make sure we're not running from something, because then we'll run right into a mess. We need to be going in the direction of a path that is defined and clear, and you're not clear yet. Thank you so much, Stephanie Pappas, for your Facebook question. We're going to grab one more from Facebook and YouTube before I go back to my phone lines at 866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual, and we love answering questions on Facebook and YouTube. And we've got another one from YouTube. It's from T, with a capital T. I'd like to know what will happen in the future between me and them. And so they give me the birthday. So let me just quickly tune into that energy. Interesting. So for you right now, this time is for you to expand and really dig down and make sure you know what it is you want from a relationship and who you are and what you bring to a table, and make sure that it's being valued, T. And the way I see the information for your partner, they're going through a lot of changes and even some difficult times right now for them. And they're ready to pull themselves out of something that wasn't good for them. There's some situation or some work environment that's really not working for them. So they've got to kind of close a chapter and really get things together and happen between the two of you in the future. This is a very deciding factor for your partner, for them to make choices of change for themselves. And I feel like the communication between the two of you is not in alignment. We want to make sure we're both on the same page with conversation so that we are aware of what each person is feeling and thinking. Do I see this relationship being able to stand the test of time? Yes, but it is going to go through some changes, because things around both of you have to change so that you can grow, and then ideally we grow together. Thank you so much for your YouTube question. Thank you, T, for the question. We greatly appreciate it. We're going to go back to our phone lines, and I'm going to see if I can get to Texas. And, well, I don't think I can actually get to Texas, but I know I can take a call from Texas. I've got Jana, and Jana's on the line in Texas. Jana, how are things deep in the heart of Texas? Can you hear me? Are you with us? All right. Well, we'll see if we can get Jana back on the line. So we'll just clear that, and we'll just hopefully get Jana back. We'd love to talk to Jana. I know Jana's been following the show for a while, and we really would love to connect with her. But at this minute, we are going to go to Elizabeth. And Elizabeth, well, she's a Jersey girl. She's in New Jersey, so let's go to Elizabeth in New Jersey. Elizabeth, how are you doing?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I am good. Good to connect with you. You know, Elizabeth, as I talk to you, the first thing that I want to share with you is that this is really an important time to get your life for yourself in personal order and balance. Have we been working on self-care, self-worth, and our personal healing of ourself right now? Is that something that we've been doing?
Yes, we have.
Good girl,
Yes,
because that's where you need to be. And as I made the connection with you, a man stood above you, steps in the father position, wants you to know that he is with you. So father energy with you, father is past. Is that correct, Elizabeth?
Yes.
Yes, he's sending you much love and appreciation and gratitude. Big hug, big thank you. Really makes me feel like you were there for him, and he just wants you to know that he appreciates you. There is a woman standing with him, but Father is the one who stepped forward. All right, makes me feel like the woman standing with him is mother energy. Mother has also passed, Elizabeth?
That is correct.
Okay. Just know that they are both with you. Father seeming to be the talkative one right now. Who's having a problem with their foot, trouble with their foot, can't quite put the weight on their foot, shuffle in the foot, something's not right with the foot? Is that you, please?
Well, I have problems with my legs, my knees, my veins.
Okay.
But my son has problems with his wrist and his feet.
And his feet. They're talking to me specifically. His foot. Thank you very much. Very specifically, this is coming from mom and dad, so they're talking about someone with their foot here. So that's your son. Is your son having pain in the bottom of his foot? Pain when he's walking, please?
Yes.
Like a plantar fasciitis kind of something, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not a doctor, can't diagnose. That's just what I heard from the universe. I don't know, but that's what they tell me. But he really needs to reduce the inflammation. There's a lot of inflammation in his body and in his whole body. He needs to change some things in his diet as well. There's some things that have to be balanced out, and he needs to give that foot a rest. Makes me feel like he can't quite do that, but he does have to tend to that because I also feel like it's kind of impacting the weight that he could put on it, and also there's something going on with his toe as well. So I don't know if there's a problem with his toe as well.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for that.
It goes into his toes.
Yes.
And
really,
then his wrist.
Yeah, very uncomfortable.
He's complaining a lot.
He complains a lot. And because I see inflammation and I see a lot of acidity in his body, again, I am not giving medical advice, Elizabeth, but I also wonder if he has a lot of uric acid in his body based on what Spirit is showing me. I must have like my medical team here with me today, and they're kind of talking to me about, does your son have a little bit of a gout or something going on as well? Good question, Sarah Spiritual. We want to check.
Yeah, good question.
We want to
Good
check
question,
what is
okay.
bringing up that inflammation. I don't really want to say it's all arthritic. I feel like there's something else going on here. All right. So he needs to get this checked. He needs to do some blood work, whatever it is that doctors do. I don't know, but go to the doctor, and he needs to get that checked because there's some things he needs to do to balance and create anti-inflammatory. The best anti-inflammatory can come from food, but we will let the medical professionals handle that. Elizabeth, what is your burning question? I know that you've been kind of going round and around, my guides tell me, and you can't quite really get your spot and feel like you're where you want to be. There's a little inconsistency in the energy around you. Does that make sense to you?
No, actually, there's not. Actually, I learned a lot from letting go, from pretty much mending things that wasn't even my fault.
Oh, no, I know that, but what they're
feedback.
talking to me about work, honey. Is there something that we're trying to
I
navigate
just
with
got a
work?
job at United Airlines.
Oh,
just got in.
good. Just got in. Okay, but before that, we were kind of out of balance.
I just moved, too. Everything came at the same time.
Perfect. Because they kind of make me feel like things were just out of whack and out of balance, and there was like some uncertainty, right? So, bam, I'm glad that you followed the prompting and the movement for yourself. This is, as I said earlier when I first connected to you, the time for you to get your life in order and balance, all right? And so this is a great trajectory for you. It's a great time. It gets even stronger and more powerful as I take you through the year. They make me feel that like October is like a really great month for you. And so I want you to really look forward to that.
Okay, will do. Will do.
And as far as family matters and not taking responsibility for other people's cray-cray, understand this. Yes, it was the goal of your parents for there always to be a sense of family. We know this. But you are not responsible for people's behavior. And as long as you have tried to sustain and maintain the environment of family and people being there for each other, your parents know that you have done all that you can. You do need to let it go and know that you're totally supported and that you are not them. You are your own person. Your own life needs to come first now. You took care of them both in their latter years and their health issues and in their crossing over. You kept the family together. You fought through the fights and the pettiness that happened after your parents passed, and you have done everything that you could. And I am getting the validation from your parents that they are very much at peace. Well, they're at peace because they're with God, but they're very much at peace with how this story is playing out, and knowing that you were the bright light, you were the rainbow of this family adventure, and you're just going to hold all the colors of the rainbow and the beauty of life and just live your life. Does this make sense to you?
That's it. Yes, it does.
You've done a great job. You've done a great job, and just continue to embrace you, and you have a whole new world, a whole new life, a whole new beginning that's coming for you. And this is really meant to lift you up and start a new second half of your life. You are free from them. You are done. You're moving forward. And there's great surprises for you in the area of energy of love and relationship. We just got to get everything in order, and then the rest will fall into place.
There it is. Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're welcome, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for listening. We greatly appreciate it. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. If you'd like to have your very own personal session with me, I'd love to talk to you. You can go to sarahspiritual.com, at sarahspiritual.com. There you'll find all the different sessions that I offer, an opportunity to tap into what's going on in your life, the opportunity to heal the energy of some of your past wounds, or perhaps we want to know what is your purpose, your mission in life. We cover quite an array of topics in the different sessions that I have. And when you go to sarahspiritual.com, you have the opportunity to book an in-person appointment or a virtual appointment. So if you're not local to South Florida, as you can hear, we have people all across the globe who follow this show. We would love to have a session with you. And yes, I do my best to make myself available ASAP. And so we'd love to have a conversation and see what Spirit has for you. Go to sarahspiritual.com. And if you are local to South Florida, I'd love to see you at my Expedito Enlightenment Center, which is at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. There, we've got quite the array of crystals and books and herbs and oils and sprays and all sorts of cool spiritual metaphysical things. We even have things to bring in money, things for protection. We have our fabulous dream catchers. We've got a little bit of everything. So come on by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. You can learn more about my center and about me at sarahspiritual.com. For this minute, we're going to take a brief break, and then when we come back, we're going to go back to our phone lines, and we're still going to go back to our friends on Facebook and YouTube. So please keep those comments and those questions coming, and pick up the phone, join the conversation. If you're driving in your car and thinking, what conversation? It's the conversation where I get to tune up, tap in, and bring the information from the universe and answer your question on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. So don't turn that dial, stay tuned in, and pick up that phone at 866-972-7247. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
And we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Car Accident Referral Services Studios. In an accident, why let the lawyers take 33 to 40%? With cars, their network of attorneys will take only 25%. 833-504-CARS. That's 833-504-2277. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies channel.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore.
Yes, indeed. The world is changing. And we've got to change as well. That's what we do here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. We tap in, tune in, and get you the answers that help you evolve, navigate life, and find that peace within. We have questions on Facebook and YouTube, so be sure to continue to post your questions on Facebook and YouTube under Sarah Spiritual. And we have phone calls on the board, and I need to keep getting to those calls. We've got a call that is in Rhode Island. I have Dorothy on the line. Dorothy, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. Good to make this connection with you, Dorothy, this evening.
Absolutely.
It is a powerful, powerful time for you. It is a deep, deep dive time. Like, how deep can you go? I'm hearing the Bee Gees.
Yes.
How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to know.
Yeah.
Well, I need to know. I need to know. How prepared are you to go down deep inside and really ask some big questions of your soul? Because this is the year that you're going to do that. It is a year that's going to transform you. It's a year that's going to put you on your path. It is the year that's going to dig down deep inside and ask you, what is your meaning of life and what does your breath of life mean to you? That's some big stuff. Mm-hmm. Holy crow.
Yes, it is.
Are you ready for all that, Dorothy?
Yes, I am.
You are. Dorothy, what is your burning question for me? What is the question?
I work in healthcare, and in, I think, March of this year, February actually, my client had COVID, and I ended up getting COVID, and his daughter and the grandchildren and his other daughter. So after that, I just decided to take a little break.
Yes.
And now I'm ready to start back to work. I need to get to work. And I'm considering taking a med tech class that starts in September. And that will put me in line for another position, which which
would be easier for you.
Probably be able to take advantage of and make more money.
Correct. It would also be, I want to say, physically easier for you. It would be a better rhythm for you for work-life balance. It will, reward you more financially. I mean, you have a lot of credentials. You need this credential to get through this next level. And this is a great choice for you. And this is, helping you decide what's next for you in this journey. And it's a powerful time, as I said earlier. And when I look at this med tech opportunity, and is this program like a 3 to 6 month certification? How long is this program?
Actually, it's either 3 months compared to 6 weeks or 8 weeks. But that's going to class twice a day.
Correct. Okay,
twice evening, 2 times a week.
So I thank Spirit for giving me 3 or 6, right? Notice I said, is it like a 3-month or a 6-month? So it's 3, 6.
Right.
So it's 6 weeks or 3 months. All right. All right.
Right.
Apparently I'm spiritually dyslexic today, but that's okay. So I will tell you this. The 3-month pace seems to be a good pace for you.
Right.
And I think that would be a good way to absorb the information and prepare yourself so that you can take that test, ace the test,
Right.
and put yourself in a better trajectory. Is that where you're leaning? Because they're kind of telling me the 3-month is the way to go.
Yes, that's where I'm leaning.
Perfect.
I feel that's the best one for me.
It is the best one, and I'm so glad I'm able to confirm that. And the spirit world is apparently in on the curriculum of MedTech, and they know exactly what you need.
Right.
So that's powerful. And, I also feel that, spiritually, this break from work gave you a great elevation, an opportunity to really dive down deep inside and develop some of your gifts and your connection with the divine. And that's also been very beneficial for you. Did you have a follow-up question for me, Dorothy?
Well, I have a brother who is in a nursing home in Mississippi, and I want to go and see him later this year.
Okay.
And I just kind of wondered how he's doing.
You're looking to see him in maybe July or August?
Well, I would love to, but financially, I just have to see what's going to be the best way, the best time for me.
Well, we might get you in by August. We'll see.
Okay.
What is your brother's birthday,
All right.
please? And then I'll be able to check his energy.
Oh, I want to say it is July 25th. I think that's it, July 25th.
Well, he's
I
been
can
through.
double check.
No, I've
that
got his
if-
energy. We're good.
Okay.
I really feel that
Okay.
he's been through some struggles there in the nursing home.
Yes.
Has not been an
Right.
easy place for him to be, but I feel like his health is on the positive side right now. So he's holding his own is what my guides are telling me, and so he would be very happy to see you. And maybe in a perfect world, as we can manifest together, you will have just enough funds to see him, maybe even in time for his birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So hold that
much.
vision. We can manifest anything. The universe
Yes.
is always there to support us. And so we just need to trust that
That's
somehow we'll find that way. And this way you can
Yes.
start your class in September for MedTech and really know that you've kind of
Yes.
checked all your boxes and that you're at peace and knowing that you got to see your brother. And that will be most valuable
Right.
to him. All right?
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so kindly.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I appreciate you
Yes.
and what you do. It put our minds at ease.
Well, I love putting people's minds at ease. Dorothy, let me ask you, I know you've called before. How did you hear about the
Sure.
show? How did you end up hearing about the show?
I've been listening for quite some time now, and I gave my son the number because he had something that was really pressing him.
Ah,
And I did not have the words to guide him, and
Right.
I happened to be listening to you that evening, and I said, you know what? I said, I have to be honest with you. I don't have the words to guide you. All I can say is I've been listening here to Sarah Spiritual. She's on every Wednesday. And I said, this is the number. So you go home and call this number and just wait. Wait until it is your turn, because that's very important.
Right.
And he did that, and you spoke with him, and you really gave him
good.
sound information.
Well, good, and we trust
so
he's doing better now.
That is so wonderful. Oh, yes.
Good.
Absolutely.
Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate your following, and it is people like you and our other listeners and callers that, you make the show. The show is really not about me. It's about all of you, and we just love when we share it with other people. That's always been my vision for this show all these years, and thank you for being a part of creating a little bit of God's magic all across the world. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Dorothy. You're on the road in Rhode Island. You are on the road, honey.
Yes.
And you are ready to make some changes and make it happen. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. All right. Third time better be a charm, because I'm just feeling a little bit of Texas. I just want to go to Texas, deep down in the heart of Texas. So let me go to Jana in Texas and see what's going on with Jana in Texas. Jana, can you hear me? Jana, are you there? Where are you?
Girlfriend, I'm right here. I don't know what happened. We got disconnected so fast, and I was listening to your show, and I took one bite. And then you called my name.
Oh, good
and
Lord.
I'm chewing it up real quick, huh?
My goodness. Well, you got to know, sugar, you don't call when you're trying to eat your dinner. So.
No. That was just one bite to calm my nerves because I'm taking antibiotics.
Well, we are
so
glad.
Appreciate you
Thank
and
you.
everybody behind the scenes, because y'all are a blessing. And I know the people behind the scenes are as important. And you are, you're just, y'all are a powerhouse. And I love you, and I appreciate everybody who works hard to put this show together.
They do. And I appreciate your saying that, because, we have here at the studio, we've got our producer and people who work the board and answer the phone, and then behind the scenes, just to get the mailings and the notations out on Facebook, we've got Helena and Tony. And so it is a big undertaking. I guess people don't realize it. And so thank you for appreciating that and recognizing that I wouldn't be here if we didn't have the support that we do have. Because I will tell you this, Jana, and I know you've been listening to the show for a while and following us on Facebook and from some of our Sunday Fun Days. And, Helena and I will be getting back to some fun stuff that we've been talking about doing again. But, this energy of each one of us trying to help support each other on the journey is so instrumental in times like this. And who would have thought when you and I met, maybe it was back in 2016, 2017, when you first called the show and became part of our Facebook friends and everything, who would have thought that we've all would have navigated so much? And I know that you've navigated a lot. There's been a lot of health issues for you, and I know you have some questions for me. So what are your burning questions for me? How can I best serve you tonight?
You know what? Again, my appreciation and love for all of y'all, and the angels and the brilliant white light of the Christ surround y'all and continue to move this forward and to help more people. And I thank you so much. My burning question is this: I've been real sick, and then I decided to dig my heels in, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to cave into the pain. I'm just going to keep, going. I mean, that's how you're supposed to do it, isn't it? Well, apparently I waited too long. I took a fall on a 2-step ladder trying to, try to take care of my mother. I fractured several ribs. And then 2 weeks later, I go back to the emergency room. Come to find out, they had to admit me. Barely had a blood pressure. I had what they didn't see the first time in the CAT scan, blunt force trauma to my kidney. And they were checking my blood every 4 hours, and they could barely give me any pain medicine because I didn't have any blood pressure. They were scared that I was going to go under. So 2 days later, I come home, and then my mother follows me up after the second day I'm home with 2 more strokes and AFib.
I'm sorry.
And I'm just like, my Jesus, what's happening? I want to make sure that I'm valued. And what's happening now is that I get real excitable, like I was in the store, and all of a sudden my stomach started getting bigger and bigger. And I realized Friday I went to the emergency room, and they just gave me a bunch more antibiotics and put some fluids in, and they just cut me loose. Then Saturday and Sunday, my stomach started growing to exponentially. Is that the proper way of saying that?
Yes, you did. And is there some bleeding that they're not finding here? Because that's sounding rather strange to me. And again, I'm not a doctor, but
No,
I don't
they
feel.
found blood. They found blood in the urine.
Okay. So, because I see the blood, that's why I was like, is there some kind of blood? Because, Spirit's showing me blood, and it's not one thing I want to see. Because if you want to see Sarah's spiritual pass out, just put her near some blood, because then she's going down. But that's all right. That's all right. I'm all right. I can do it. But when I see the energy of this health, I really feel that your body was actually out of whack, and whatever was going on in the physical body is kind of what made you fall. You may think you lost your footing for a moment, but that is just you weren't in good health, so you didn't have the balance that you needed, and that's what contributed to the fall. When it comes to your mother, you've kept her going real strong for a long time, and she's I don't know what
90, Sarah.
I know. And my guides show, it's like, but the old gray mare just ain't what she used to be, right? So she's kind of kicking and screaming in this aging process here. But I feel like, and again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm feeling like there's something that they need to adjust, and something in her medication or something. Like, I feel like there's a little more going on than meets the eye. I understand she's aging, and she had a stroke and then had another stroke, and people will say, oh, that happens when you get older. But I really feel that there's something else underlying, and it may be contributed by a medication or a combination of medications that are with. I am not a doctor, but I must have my medical team with me today. But I really feel that we need a great evaluation of everything that's going on. I do feel that Mom is going to kind of regain herself a bit, and she's going to get stronger. So I know that she's strong enough to pull through this, but if we don't find out the missing link or the out of place, like what doesn't fit in this picture, then we're going to have a series of other episodes, all right? I'm not speaking that into existence. I just know what I see. So another opinion, another doctor, another evaluation, lay out whatever she's taking or been on and on the table and go, okay, people, what doesn't fit in this story? What do we need to rearrange? Because I feel like something has to be done. Does this make sense to you?
It makes 100% sense. Now they're going to send her to a cardiac doctor, and he'll determine if she needs to continue staying on these meds. But there's a fear here that I was gone from her for 5.5 days, and you cannot leave her here by herself for 5.5 days.
True.
And I posted it on Facebook. My sister-in-law says, "Oh, I don't know why you bought." That kind of shut me down. I'm like, don't bother me. Your mom's fine. Yeah. Well, no, she's not. If I'm not here and something happens, she will freak out.
Let me just, Janet. Let me ask you this question. When is your mother's birthday? Let me just tune into this for us.
April 10th, 1934 is when she turned 90.
Okay.
They don't build them like that no more, Sarah.
I know. And, she taught you well. You know what? But you're on the mend.
Know about that.
And we're going to trust that you're going to heal, and the cardiologists and everyone are going to make all the right choices for your mom. Your mom, she's a handful. I will give you that. So you're getting like trial wings for doing all that you've done for her. So we know it has not always been easy, but the two of you have also managed to have a lot of fun. And she is here. Yeah. She is here for you, and she's not ready to go anywhere. So you be her mouthpiece, and everything will be all right. For you, again, I feel like you are going through this shift and change that is trying to break you out of so many things that have been a pattern in your life, and like breaking free of a lot of illnesses that have been plaguing you for years now. And it's like we're trying to come out of this routine of illness so that we can kind of break this cycle of illness. And so I feel like this has just been the filtration system in your body. We're ridding ourselves of toxicity, toxic people, toxic everything, and separating yourself so that you can have more fun and stand on your own. And you will be able to do that. And this is the year that kind of takes you out of that routine after your birthday. I really feel like we get stronger and we get a little more pep in our step and a little bit more joy in the life. For this minute, Jana, I do need to bid you farewell. I'm so glad we were able to reconnect. Definitely stay in contact with us.
I appreciate it.
Yes, and I know that things will work out. Yes.
Ask you just 2 quick questions?
I'll give you one because I got to go to commercial. What's your question?
I'm having a severe panic attack, and I don't know how to pay bills. But I mean, God is putting this church lady down the street, and then I reached out finally to during Christmas. We didn't have anything, and you know, the family that's up here, they don't really help out much, but they came out, Friends for Life at the church group, and I reached out to them because this is Mama's last Christmas. I've always been a giver, and now that I've been struck down, I'm not able to give because I'm on Medicaid.
Right.
But they brought presents over, and I'm starting to see that God is bringing the right people in. Because I mean,
absolutely.
Before,
and I want you to trust.
Give.
I need you to trust that the universe is going to give you everything that you need, and that lack is a state of mind. It is not an experience that we're meant to have. And sometimes when the universe is trying to support us and pass us through to the next level, we notice what's missing, and then we hold on to that, and then we become fearful and we become panicked. And you've been faced with lack, your health, which helps you sustain yourself, and also your mother's mortality and even your own, right? Because it was a close one there, even for you. So these will always bring about some hidden fears. And they'll bring up a lot of hidden fears, a lot of doubt, a lot of insecurity. And so we need to just breathe through it and say this: I am one with the divine universe that supplies all of my needs, and the power that flows to me and through me always provides, and everything I need comes to me expeditiously. It's just a flow, honey. And once you're in the flow, everything will shift and change. For now, I bid you farewell, Jana.
Absolutely.
I do need to pop into my commercial.
One more thing. Guess what?
Yes.
Guess what? I did. However, when I woke up one night, I felt like I had been in a dreamland, like that wasn't my life. And when I woke up to go to the bathroom, it wasn't my body and it wasn't my room. So therefore, I feel like I'm being deprogrammed and being reprogrammed to move up and to move up in life and to, like you said, try to start getting my wings so I can start doing things again.
Yes, get yourself better aligned to the divine and break the cycle of things that have chained us all. Thank you so much, Jana. We wish you the best in divine healing. We send the angels. Bye for now. We're going to take a minute. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to take a minute. Oops, we had to lose Jana there. We apologize. We are going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we've got calls still across the nation at 866-972-7247. I'll think after Texas, I got to go to Georgia. I got Georgia on my mind. But first, we're going to our commercial break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I know you, have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in a different theater. And the characters, they change like water into wine. Everything comes when the stars align. Do you know me? Do you know me? Have we met?
Do you know me? Have we met before? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we've got to go back to our phone lines. I've got to go to Georgia. And I've got Cindy on the line. Cindy, how are you tonight? Good to make this connection with you.
Hey, Sarah. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. We got a lot of people from down south calling in tonight. I'm always excited. So, Miss Cindy, what is your burning question for us tonight?
Everything has been crazy. My health is getting better. I'm helping take care of my parents. I want to be happy, but I want to be able to help other people. So it's kind of like, okay, God, what is my purpose? What is it? You know, is there someone for me? Am I supposed to do something else? Or
well, this is a time of, I'm going to call it transition. It's the time of taking care of what needs to be done, also working on taking care of yourself, and getting that rhythm and balance in your environment, Spirit speaks of, as well as your inner self, your inner and outer self, and your health, and your inner spiritual peace. You are to be of service. You are here to be with people, help people in some type of a way that uplifts them, healing energy, energy of guidance, and something that gives people hope. These are things that are there for you, and you really want to do that. But at this moment in time, it's also a matter of timing. My guides tell me to tell you first things first. Get your life in order. As the planets move and there's some heavy changes that are happening, so I've heard from my astrologer friends, that the way Spirit is presenting it to me, I feel like when we come into the fall of this year, it's all systems go. You kind of have a better sense and everything's in order and you know what it is you want to do. And this is important to you. And this helps you shift the energy around you at home, the energy within yourself, and puts you on the path of creating this. The way I want to say it is I see it like a passionate work environment for yourself. Is there an idea that you've been toying around but you haven't quite pulled the lever to make it happen, please?
no, not really. I just somehow want to be able to help people because I love like working with homeless or helping people overcome stuff.
Right. So you want to guide them. You want to give them healing energy. You want to assist them. You want to help them. This is all there for you. And aligning yourself with the right people, getting your ducks in a row is going to be important this summer. Who do you meet? Kind of stepping out of your comfort zone. When I see you in 2025, by your birthday, I feel like you're surrounded by a whole new community, a whole new tribe. I feel like the energy has got this whole new fresh feeling that we've aligned ourselves with different people, and this will fill purpose. But it's not the exact time yet, but it's coming. And trust that process. Okay. If I were you, I would write down what you would like your life to be in 6 months. What would you like life to be? And I would pray on it. We're in a new moon energy, so this is a rebirth and new beginnings. And then we're going to visit that again in 6 months and see where you are. But I want you to write it down. Write down how you would like to help people, what it would mean for you, how you feel that it would connect you to divinity and purpose. Write all those feelings down and kind of make a list of, how you want to sustain yourself financially, the different types of people's lives you want to touch. Do you want to be associated with an organization, or do you want to try to do something on your own? Be specific into how you think you would like it to feel, right? And then the universe will be like, oh, we got you. We got you. We've got it. This is what we have for you. And then they'll begin to line up the people. You'll meet somebody at a little grocery store and they'll be like, you're just standing in line and she'll be on a phone call or something and she'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. Did I disturb you? And you'll be like, no. And she's like, oh, it's just a work thing. She goes, we're putting together this project to help the homeless. And you'll go, what? And don't be surprised when I give people stories like an example. You know what examples usually end up happening? That exact example ends up happening. So just trust that the universe is going to give you the right people in front of you.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that because I do want to help. Like I said, I get lonely though. I'm like, okay, just to meet the right person, I'll do this. So,
right.
I have overcame a lot with my health, and I'm still working on it. So yes, ma'am.
Yes, it's been a rough 8 or 9 months, is what my guides tell me. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am. It has. In 22, I was on vent, and they didn't think I was going to make it. So I've came a long way. So I just thank God He's brought me a long way.
Yes, and so here we are. So you're here for a reason. Otherwise you get to graduate to the other side. So you're here to make a difference, and ask God, what would you have me do? This is what I feel like I would love to do, and write it down and see where it takes you. It's going to take you somewhere amazing. Okay. I just have a feeling.
Oh, wow.
All right. Thank you so much for your call. Thank you for following the show. We greatly appreciate it. We know the angels will take care of your parents and you. Thank you. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. I've got to pop on over to Boca. I've got Melinda on the line. Melinda's in Boca. How are you doing, Melinda? Good to make this connection with you.
Yes. Thank you. It's such a blessing to finally get through. I heard about your show through the Oldie Goldies station.
Yeah.
So I'm a Senior Kane show listener, and I heard about you on Wednesday night. This is like my 4th time listening to you, and I've been trying to get through to you. But my story is that I haven't been born blind, but I did some time in prison for a crime I did not commit, which it was a hit and run involving death. But I did confess to it. I did the time for it. I was on 5 years probation. I completed all that. But I came home blind my last year in prison. And I had 2 boys. But by the time I came home, they was 9 and 10. And I didn't really get to enjoy too much of my life with them and my family because of my situation. I wanted to just stay to myself and stuff like that. My mom has been my backbone lately. And just recently, 2021, I lost my baby boy. He got murdered down here in
my
Boca
goodness.
Raton.
My goodness.
And it's just been hard. And
let me tune in for you, please.
It's just been
Let me just tune in. Let me tune into Spirit. Let me see what Spirit has, because I know you know your story, and clearly the story is not a story that you thought would be your journey, right? But I will tell you that.
No, I did. I never thought.
Yeah.
Never thought in a million years I would.
Exactly. And when I go back in time, and I have to go back in time for you, and my guides take me back. They're gonna take me back to 2 windows of time. So just follow me in the bouncing ball here and where they take me. So the first place that they want to take me is they want to take me to 2021. This is a difficult time for you. Then they also want to take me back to 2013. This is another time of difficulty for you. So you've had some series of shifts and changes that almost seem to be like clockwork of like things going wrong for you. And my guides tell me that when it comes to relationships, you have not had the best of stories in that either. Is that also true?
That's true also, because I have met a guy. He's been in my life for the past since 2011, but on and off. But he's constantly around. He's still my boyfriend now to this day. But yeah, we have our ups and downs. Yeah.
Has not been the easiest journey
but
for you. But
it's not easy, because
there's a way for you to. There's a way for you to align yourself with the right people so things can get easier for you. And if I may, Melinda, I want you to hear this. The force of the authority of God is the energy that flows through you. Therefore, you are always protected and insulated. And yes, it is unfortunate that life has thrown you these curveballs that we could not predict. But we also know that you are here by the grace of God, and that there's a mission and a purpose for you, and that your hardships have been ways to build character and for you to understand. Your son, on the other side, who has passed, he is always with you. He has never left you. And he is in this energy of connection to you, and also very strongly connected to your mother, almost as if your mom was the one who really made him feel that he was invincible. It is unfortunate that he was with and around the people that he was with that caused this passing. But I say to you this, know that he is in peace. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and my guides tell me that he is of the light, and that this was not his fault, and that no matter how people try to twist the story, Melinda, you know the truth, and your son will tell you, you know who he is. Because there has been a lot of story behind the story of his passing. I also feel from what he shows me.
Could you repeat? I have a question. Could you repeat what you said about my mom, about her being there?
I can only repeat. I can only say it the way the Spirit gives it to me. It's difficult for me to repeat it. I'm still hearing a stream of consciousness from Spirit. So stay with me. I'll see if they give me that back. But as I hear this energy, I also know that there's more to the story of your son's passing than what was taken care of. Okay? So there was another piece to that story that happened, and they don't have all the answers for everything. And behind the scenes, and the legal battle behind it. All right? So they may say case closed, but according to your son, there was more to the story that they didn't investigate. Please know that and understand that. So your son does make me aware that he was very close to your mother, and your mother gave him this energy of love and protection, and that he could be invincible. And he really held on and connected to your mom, and he is very much close to your mom. All right? He is with you, but he is very close to your mother. All right? It is unfortunate that he is there, but know that there is always a reason for even the most horrendous experiences in this life. And that even though you feel that you have been through a tremendous cycle of difficulties, I say this to you. This year kind of recalculates things for you so that you can have a better rhythm, a better purpose. There is a way for you to financially become more secure, for things to flow better for you to be closer to your other son. There are ways for all of this to come. You need to be still, and you need to pray, and through prayer, this is going to be revealed, and you will come to understand just how God's hand is upon you and what he is going to do with this journey that is still the second half of your life.
Oh my.
You see, God sees through energy. So you don't need the eyes to see, you see through your heart. And so use that energy to transform your life and know that you are the expression of God. And my guides tell me when it comes to the energy of your charge, well, that was a very rough way, and I feel like you got forced to take the fall for someone. Okay?
Yeah.
I know. I see. But you didn't feel like you had any other choice.
Oh, God. My family.
Yeah.
I came home blind from prison with my family. I wasn't born like this. I just came home like this.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. And my guides are telling me too, with your health, Melinda, and again, I'm not a doctor, but apparently my medical spirit team is with me today, so I've got to honor them. Are we working on something with our blood pressure, our blood sugar? Are we working on something, please?
Yes, ma'am. I have MS.
Okay.
And I have blood pressure.
Blood pressure. And is your blood sugar off? Because they make me, again, I'm not a doctor, can't diagnose, but keep an eye on your blood sugar as well. Okay, you just have high blood pressure. Okay. Keep an eye on all of that and just trust that this is all going to find its way. For this minute, unfortunately, we are complete. I hope that you received the information from me that you were looking for. We welcome you to our family of callers. We have been here for 15 years, and we're glad that you're here with us, and know that you never walk alone. Not only is God with you, but your son is with you, and many others on the other side. Your grandmother is with you, so you are not alone. We thank you for your call, Melinda, and we hope you continue to listen.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
God bless.
Thank you. God bless you. Bye. 866-972-7247. We've got to go from Boca to Fort Lauderdale, and I've got Jenna on the line. Jenna, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well, Jenna. Good to make this connection with you tonight. And when I look at this energy, I see money. Oh, I like that. I see money. 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 I feel like this is a year of financial transactions for you to take note of things financial, to be aware of things that you have to take care of financially. And I also feel it's a way to bring in some money. So if there's a financial action transaction that you're looking to make, this year of 2024 is going to be a good year to do this. And I feel increase of money around you, which is always good when I look at someone's energy and I see bags of money. I think you'll take it, won't you, Jenna?
I like that.
I like that.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
You know, I hear that song in my head. I want money, lots and lots of money. I want to be rich. Ooh, ooh. So, you know what? It's coming around you, Jenna. Jenna, we are coming to the close of the show, but we have a few minutes. What is your question for us tonight?
I recently found out that something happened to me when I was very young, and I don't know how to process it. It's got a hold of me.
Age 7 into age 8, my guides take me back then. And there is a work that I do, Jenna. It's called Soul Integration. If you look on my website, we go back and we get your little girl. She's stuck in the past and she's feeling afraid, shameful, not protected, not good enough, not valuable. And this is a block. And first we have to rescue your little girl who has not allowed you to live your life to the fullest because she's still trapped in the past. She's literally in your 8-year-old house, 7-year-old house, wherever you were living then. Her essence is trapped there. We go back with the help of 12 archangels, and we go and bring her back to from the past to the future, so we can integrate her. And then we have to work on the healing of the grief and the loss of this essence of innocence and joy, and also coming to terms with the people around you that didn't do anything to protect you, right? So that's the difficulty there as well. Or that didn't know, right? So it's quite a big story there, but we can assist you in that journey. You're not crazy for having this come up. It is time for you to heal. This is a year that you're being asked to heal based on where your energy is being presented planetarily. It is a revisiting time for you. I feel as if a lot of this has been bubbling up in the past 14, 16 months is where my guides tell me. And also there have been some moments where you have felt angry and frustrated deep down inside and you never really understood what you were angry about. You just felt angry. And this is all part of that storyline. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Jenna, how did you hear about the show?
I was just flipping through the radio in my car, and I stopped when I heard you speaking to someone, and I tuned in since. So
we appreciate
and then I said,
that.
let me try and call. Maybe I'll get through. Maybe I won't.
Yes. Well, you were meant to get
Okay.
through, and you're meant to heal. And what is your final question for me? We've got about 40 seconds. What's your question?
My mother, she passed away a long time ago, and I'm wondering if she hasn't been able to
Strong-willed
come
woman.
through to
Strong-willed
me because
woman.
of
Mhm.
something
Yes.
that happened back then.
She just hasn't come through because she hasn't been in the frequency, but it doesn't have to do with what happened then. It has to do with the energy of where she is in her placement on the other side. But ideally, when you and I connect, we'll be able to bring her through because I do see her there. She is standing there. There's another woman above her, which indicates the grandmother energy, but there's also another woman to the side of your mother, so it's someone in her age range as well, all right? So she is not alone. She has made it to the other side. She just hasn't been able to reveal herself because she is still processing the energy of the density of the physicality of life and all that was complicated, but I will be able to bring her through for you, Jenna, and we will see if we can make that connection. I'd love to start with the soul integration with you, so pop on my website of Sarah Spiritual and let's do that work, and then we'll worry about connecting to Mom. But you need to be whole because you're the one who's here. I appreciate your calling and following the prompting from the universe.
Thank you.
All right, honey. God bless you. Bye for now.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. God bless everyone. We are winding out our show tonight. We sure hope you join us next Wednesday night, 6:30 to 9 p.m. for Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Thank you for sharing time and space with us. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
People have lost their way. It's just not easy to
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management,